Tigray fighters have encircled a camp of the Ethiopian Federal Police, telling the Federal Police officials to leave the area. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Rapid developments in southern Tigray, where for the last 48 hours an operation has been ongoing to dismantle anti-TPLF government, which has been in place there for over 2 years. But what is happening in Alamata is a direct confrontation between Tigray military and Ethiopian federal forces. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. The reports we are getting from Alamata are alarming. You know that on Monday, Tigray police, which is basically Tigray military, by the way, because they're the same Tigray military, Tigray militia, Tigray police, they're the same, being governed by the same chain of command almost. And they change uniforms, but basically they're the same. So on Monday, Tigray fighters were mobilized into southern Tigray, wearing uniforms of Tigray police. They entered Mechu, Mehoni, Alamata, and they dismantled zonal government and Wareda governments led by pro-Gita Choreda group people in southern Tigray. In a video last night, I reported about Hafto Kiros, the zonal administrator, who left his office. He said in order to avert bloodshed, he left his office. Macho mayor office has also been taken by Tigray fighters. Office is under the control of Tigray fighters. Mehoni also under the control of Tigray fighters. In Alamata, there was a confrontation between Tigray fighters and Ethiopian federal police. Over a year ago, when Tigray fighters took control of southern Tigray, Amhara provisional government was in place in southern Tigray. Alamata was the headquarters of that Amhara provisional government. Back then, if you remember, Tigray fighters backed by federal forces entered southern Tigray. Amhara government, Amhara militia, they protested. But back then, Ethiopian federal forces secretly supported Tigray fighters because PP and TPLF were back then on good terms. Getachew was the president in Tigray, Abiy on federal level. So federal government in a way gave southern Tigray to Tigray forces. Amhara provisional government was dismantled. But in Alamata city, federal forces were the main players. Federal police was deployed to Alamata city. Why? Because in Alamata, Amharas live as well. Some Amharas were displaced too during that operation by Tigray fighters. In order to maintain law and order situation in Alamata, federal forces were deployed to Alamata, or they remained deployed. Federal forces were already there in southern Tigray. They did not withdraw from Alamata. Tigray fighters tried to enter Alamata on several occasions, but they could not fully control Alamata. They controlled Mechu, Mehoni, but Alamata was split to some extent. There was Amhara control of some areas, and Tigray fighters were based there towards some schools. But overall, Alamata never came under full control of Tigray fighters. Since Tigray fighters took control of southern Tigray over a year ago, and TPLF and PP agree to this arrangement. Now, Tigray fighters don't want to see federal forces in Alamata. They want all federal forces to leave Alamata. That is why yesterday, when Tigray police members entered Metro Mahoney in Alamata, they encircled a camp of the Ethiopian federal police, telling the federal police to leave the area. Why? What is the reason? Well, when I did a video 48 hours ago with the title Breaking News, and I told you about the likely launch of an operation to dismantle the government of Southern India, I said that there could be three objectives behind this operation. Firstly, dismantlement of Southern India government. Secondly, deployment in different parts of Southern Tigray against TPF. Thirdly, removal of federal forces from the area. And this is what happened. Now it has been proven that Tigray People Liberation Front, Tigray military, they don't want to see federal forces in the areas controlled by Tigray fighters, or they want federal forces to work under Tigray forces, which won't happen, obviously. Federal forces are federal forces. They don't work under regional forces. This, luckily, there was no clash. I have not been able to confirm any clash between federal forces and Tigray forces so far in Alamata. Hopefully, we'll do a video in coming hours about what happened. Did federal forces withdraw from Alamata? Are they still there? Are more federal forces being mobilized towards Alamata? Federal forces have significant presence very close to southern Tigray in Amhara region. From afar too, they can be mobilized. What will federal government do now? Will it mobilize federal forces towards Alamata to protect its police deployed there? Will it agree to removal of federal forces from Alamata? All that remains to be seen. Why does TPLF want to remove federal forces from Alamata? There could be two reasons. Either Tigray People Liberation Front, Tigray military see federal forces as a source of conflict in the area. That if federal forces remain in the area, they'll continue working against Tigray interests, they'll continue backing TPF, they'll continue igniting conflicts by backing Amhara people in the area. So it's better to just remove them from the city. Or second reason could be larger plan of Tigray military. It does not want any federal force to be in Tigray. Why? Because it fears that war could erupt, or it has intention of waging war. When you fear war, you don't want your enemy soldiers on your territory because they could be involved in sharing of intelligence, in planning operations against you. So you want them out of your territory. These are the possible reasons behind attempt by Tigray forces to remove federal forces from Alamata. And lastly, I think Tigray government wants to take full control of southern Tigray. Tigray military TPL. They want to take full control of southern Tigray. As I said earlier, Alamata was never under full control of Tigray in the last 18 months when Tigray fighters entered southern Tigray. After that, Alamata remained under federal forces control. Let's see what federal government decides. A lot depends on the response of federal government. Thank you.